we are just days away from our third season doing game day live together, post-game live together.
Brother.
Boy, we've been having so fun, man. How cool is it to be back at Northwest?
It's very, very cool, to be back and having a team like we have, having, Jaden going into his second year and watching all the other young guys who come along and older guys who join this team with the same mindset. For me, when I can see guys believing in themselves and each other, it makes me feel good because you win like that. When coaches can say something and people buy into it. When coaches can say something and the other players are going to go out there and begin to preach that, it makes a world of difference.
And B, you've been around for a while now, man. You played on that field. Now you've been covering the team. Do you ever not have that moment where it's special to you when you get to Northwest Stadium, when you see those Commanders on that field? Yes, you want a Commander, but however you play for Washington, you rock that burgundy and gold. Does that ever stop? Because I know when I'm watching you, I feel like I'm looking at a kid in the candy store.
Well, it's the thing about it is I have two things I live with. Somebody told me that football is a sport that you play as a kid. Never lose that exuberance. And then Patty LaBelle said when you stop being excited about something, which means you don't get the butterflies, then it's not important. I get butterflies before every show. I get butterflies before these guys play games. When I go out and I'm watching them play the game and I see a guy like Jaden running around smiling, having fun like he's a little kid, that makes me feel good because in my 14th year, I had young guys telling me, man, you always smiling and joking. Why don't you take this serious? And I'm like, fool, I take it serious all off season so I can have fun during the season. I say, maybe you should try it my way. Because this was my 11th year when I said it to the guy. And I said, I'll probably play more years than you from this point on. I played 4 more, he played 5 total. You know what I mean? It's just like, you have to find a way. And this thing, it's a profession. But it's a game. It's a child's game. And the way that you do the professional side as a player, your body is your tool. You have to take your body through the rigors in the offseason. So when the season comes, it's lights, camera, baby. It's ready to shine. It's ready to go out there and put on a show. And that's how I felt about it. And I think when I see guys, Jaden and Mikey, and still see Bobby, how he goes at it in the year 15, it gets me excited.
And B, there's nobody better to talk about that longevity with, especially you being around this area for so long. And then this offseason, let's go back a little bit because we're going to talk about game day a little more. This offseason, Dan Quinn said, hey, man, I need you to pull up to practice. I need you to rap with these guys. I need you to give them some game, man. How important was that for you to be able to give back in that way? Because as long as you've been around, it's been a while since you've got to do something like that.
Well, nobody ever asked me to come. When Dan asked me that was, that got me choked up.
Wow.
Because, it's like, I think the thing about it is when you play and then you're gone, I think the next regimes that come in, it seems like they feel like you're like not a part of them. And what I thought it was before, that the ownership before, they were competing with what we did. With Jack King Cook and John King Cook and Joe Gibbs and Norv and all that, we had won championships. And then they were competing against that. So, but when Josh rolled in, Josh is coming from a point of, he was a fan. And a lot of guys on that team, Iron and all these were fans. And they grew up watching that team be successful. So they're a part of that. They didn't come in like thinking we were against them or they were against us. They wanted to bring that back because when you got past, present, and future all together, that's how you build legacies. And they wanted to continue doing that. So when Dan asked me that, I was like, oh, hell yeah, of course. Because I feel I have something I can give to a young guy. And then I talk with Jalen, and Jalen hit me and asked me questions and stuff. And I said, I'm going to go check it out, and I'll let you know. So my thing is, if I can help anybody get to the point where I got or even close, I'm going to do that. Because Ernest Biner did it for me. Mike Nelms did it for me. So when you get that, and I did it with James Thrash and all those guys, you want to just reach out to the olive branch and pull them up. And that's what you have to do.